Welcome to episode, I don't know, for the San Diego Art Journal, 25 or 26, something like that. Because we had a little thing where we would go film artists, like 10 years ago, around San Diego. We just filmed with a microphone, and we'd go in and interview. And we would go like to Ryan's old place, way back when.
I do art shows every month.
That was way back.
And it was fun. That was probably back in 2010 to actually earlier than that, 2008 to like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Did art shows, have different artists every show or group shows.
Yeah. And then that was the first location, or was there a location?
That was the first time I went into business with, by myself.
Yeah. Well, Wonka originates here.
Yes.
8871.
8871 Balboa Avenue, www.wonkagallery.com.
And then, but prior to that, there's like some stuff going on in a different location. So Wonka starts here, and then how long have you been here now? For like
I've been in this location since
2011, so over 10 years now. And I started it with an artist. We both rented the space, and then he eventually moved on.
Zondelinger. Jeff.
Don DeLinger. I would call him Doppelganger.
Yeah. And then we have people coming in. We have a little podcast happening. If you want to come hang for a second.
Come on in.
And then Peter comes along, right? In mid, like what, a couple years ago?
Year and a half?
Year and a half.
Years? Almost?
Yeah. January.
Yeah. And then, so you guys are tag teaming. You guys are.
Peter came in and said, I don't like being an electrician.
Went on a rank, I want an art job. I told him I can't pay you like an electrician, but he wanted to learn, and he started working, so.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good. It's been, he does a lot of his own woodworking stuff, which gave him kind of a step up for a custom framer.
Yeah. That's great. And Peter, you have anything to say about that?
No. I made my first frame 10 years ago, so I've been framing myself for a little bit, and I've always been interested in art, and I wanted to be around art, and this is, I feel like, the way that I can work and be around art. And Ryan's given me the opportunity to work with him and learn from him, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah. And prior, you were an electrician and stuff?
I was an electrician, yeah.
I've been with since
6.
What kind of jobs have you had? Before you started getting into the art
You guys
thing?
get by you guys here. Good Lord. I did recruiting for a while. That was like the main.
Recruiting?
Recruiting.
People to work jobs.
Yeah, actually for the medical industry, I did recruiting for nursing, and then I did this other recruiting for this other company where we were looking for C-level people. But that was years ago, and
You didn't enjoy it?
no, I did, but I don't like the 9 to 5 thing for me. It's like, I do like it, but I don't like working for somebody. Like that's just that's a hard one to wrap around. But so you guys, what like you guys do framing? What kind of what else you guys do? Like what's
Well, I do picture framing, and then we'll do art restoration.
Yeah.
And, I collect antiques. I've got a collection of antiques, like to fix things, old things. So that's one thing that we kind of do. But we'll basically take on any project we think we can take on.
Yeah.
So it's, and ever since I've been framing at this spot, it's been geared more towards artists and, helping them show their stuff. So.
You guys are like really good problem solvers, right? You guys seem to be able to take stuff and figure stuff. And then also all the stuff that you guys have, like the old
My old stock.
Yeah, like you want to talk about that? Like that's pretty cool. Like you walk into your shop, like it's like an antique. store in a way, right?
I've been in business so long that I've bought 2 other shops' inventory when they went out of business.
Yeah.
So you end up with like this. I remember one day this guy just dropped a whole truckload, a pile of gold frames and silver. And
People like to bring you stuff too, right?
people bring me. That's where the antiques got in because people just started bringing like so and so's throwing this away, and I thought maybe you could. And I couldn't throw anything away. Peter and I are the same in that sense.
Yeah.
Don't want to throw anything away. And a lot of artists are there.
Yeah. Is there anything you like that you've kept that you know for sure you should not have?
I have this lowrider bike that's like humongous, and it's in the way, and it's super heavy, but I just can't get rid of it. But yeah, as for the year and a half I've worked for Ryan, I think I've heard him say no to one job out of everything that everybody's coming in and asked him to do. So it's been very impressive.
Funnest aspect? What's like the funnest? This job is fun because
I mean, I love art. Yeah. So it's like you get to see different artists, and it's cool to be connected into the San Diego art scene and like meet all these artists that are from here and that live.
Yeah.
That's been really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, we know. I feel like our clients are the artists clients of ours are so connected. Right?
You already had your canvas. Better place for a frame shop right next to the guy who sells cameras.
Yeah,
and deals with artists.
Yeah, we've really thrown clients to each other multiple times. Yeah, but who do we know? Like we were talking the other day about Sarah Stiver. We go back, right? That goes back to Adams Avenue over there. Who else? Who else are like? I mean, we also go back to like the Glenny days, good old Glenny.
Well, I know Perry Vasquez.
Perry Vasquez, yeah.
Griselda Rosas, she's pretty famous right now. Melissa Walter, you know her?
I name, yeah.
It's different because a lot of the artists I deal with don't paint on canvas; they do it on paper, and you probably don't know.
That's right.
But you know some pretty big artists.
Oh yeah, we.
What's the guy that he's like a beach artist type guy that's like all that? Like lives in Texas and here. I can't remember his name.
And he does the beach scene.
He did like a painting of Trump on a motorcycle. And he just waves, big waves.
Yeah.
You remember it.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty. What about what would you say in terms of the art world, like just over the years? Anything like changes? I mean, I guess a lot of it stayed kind of the same, and I mean, I guess the art is always evolving, right?
That one term in the art world really is a good term for art because it really is a different the way people survive, what we do.
It's not an easy thing, but and some artists are do better than others.
Yeah, it's really besides being a good painter, you also have to market. You know how to market yourself.
Yeah.
And some are definitely better at doing that than others.
Yeah. I think over the years, the thing that's just so odd or so subjective and so difficult to understand is pricing. Where it's like, it's a painting of just a blob of paint, but this artist is really well known. They're really well regarded, let's say. And this is selling for tens of thousands of dollars, whereas some of the art we see great portraiture artists, plein air, really well done, and it's like they're probably in that maybe $1,000, $2,000 range, not in that tens of thousands. And it's like the discrepancy is you've probably seen a lot of that too.
Artists need representation, That's something I've always wanted to do, but at the same time, I don't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you promote someone and sell their art to who?
But you do, though. You do promote a lot of your artists.
I have artists that I like and I work with, and I hang their work in my shop. If customers come in and like it, I try to sell it to them, but it's really, it's tough.
Ideally, you'd have your own gallery.
My goal is to have a museum one day.
Wow.
So antiques, odd things, and art definitely would be part of that as well. But yeah, I'd like to have a goal.
That's the long term. With art and antiques and all kinds of that's cool. Kind of in a theme. That's cool.
A collection.
Yeah. So what else, Peter? What else do we talk about?
Let's talk about some people that aren't here. Can you see this in the back, in any of the shots?
I don't think that your shot maybe gets a little bit. Yeah. Well, Agostino. Yeah.
We have
Frankie would be here. He's here in spirit form.
great artists.
Yes.
Would you say we work? Come to here the most?
Gilbert?
Gilbert. Gilbert is a
Cartoonist. He used to work for Disney.
That's right.
Now he's kind of almost, what, caricature? Or what would you call his art? It's very cartoonish.
I think I think he's evolving. I think there was his time at Disney, and then I think he started connecting with Art on 30th over there. That group, Kate Ashton and that team, phenomenal. And I think they've got him on a track to kind of go from the sort of illustrative cartoon stuff. And now it's more painterly, and he's
those wine bottles.
good too. Yeah.
Michael Creedy's a big.
Green's another good one. Yeah. He gets canvases. He's over at Edelman's. You work with him a little bit.
I don't really know them too well. I mean, where they are, and we have these self art over there.
Yeah.
We work at the Quink Gallery a lot.
Yeah.
They're in La Jolla. They've been here since the 1980s. What else? There's the new Oolong Gallery up in Savannah Beach. He's been showing a lot of New York artists.
It's cool. We also work with Jim over at Ego ID. Sometimes you work with him, I guess, occasionally. Yeah. Printer.
That is an artist.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. 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 What else?
Lindsay Noble, she's pretty famous.
Yeah. 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 She's great. She's a sweetheart. She's really collected. She was in LA, I think, for a while. I don't know if she's now in San Diego, but she's got some really interesting. That's another thing too. Is artists are very interesting.
Some are very hard to work with.
Yeah.
Some are very particular.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think they know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch. You should sit
One of
here.
those scenes.
Well, you should sit here.
So you tell me, I
I have a question. What do you do in this space? Play music.
You're in? Are we in?
How does this space make you money? It doesn't.
Well, that's a good question. So originally, this had opened up as an additional, space, and the idea was to do printing out of here, or to do some art and print out of here and try to. But then it turned into, the music stuff,
The band,
and then
the full stage here.
yeah, and then that turned into like, oh, okay, well, we can get a pinball.
Let's see, there's some drinks behind us, some alcohol. There's always weed floating around here. We got a dispensary right over there.
The goal for this studio space is to do the podcast stuff, to do the art shows, to have the music. I think ultimately, we're at like such a hub place for like our connections with our community. We should take advantage and like help to build that community, right? I think that this is a good way to do that. Are we ready to kind of wrap up? Okay.
What do we need to make things better? People to help?
Well, I think if we are mindful of creating good content, and I think if we're being genuine with the thing is, when we all hang out, it's always a good laugh somewhere. Something's happening.
Yeah.
We're always screwing with each other, and there's a genuineness to that. I feel like if we caught just a smidgen of that, so people knew what's going on with us.
Plus our neighbors too, like we have a guy that restores
There's
old
Mike.
cars.
Mike is great.
Loves old stuff.
Yeah. We got Jay over there with the scooters.
Got Electric Jay, Smooth Jay,
We got Steven over there fixing cars.
Steven. Interesting characters.
Yeah,
All of them.
but like if we can get the art community and just kind of like start doing more like shows right in your place.
I just feel like we need help because I'm framing pictures all week. You're making canvases, delivering stuff.
Yeah.
It just
We need volunteers.
We need people that it's,
So-
it's a win for both of us because we can show art and they can have space
Yeah.
to show.
So if anyone wants to volunteer, if the camera's still working, give us a call, and we have stuff we need, right? I mean,
It's just your idea, what you want to do.
yeah, sounds good. All right, let's wrap it up. Peter, what else? You want to say anything else, Peter?
It's a great space. You guys have a lot of fun over here.
Yeah.
There's some drums. There's a band.
Yeah.
There's a comedy stage.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty of wall space to hang art. Yeah, and it's great to be part of it.
Yeah, right on. All right, we'll wrap this one up. This was San Diego Art Journal, episode 25 and a half, 26. And thank you guys, Wonka, Peter. And all right, let's wrap it up. Jorge? That it?